Viewers, and YouTubers, how's it going? This is GATURKS. Now, as I've always stated, I enjoy bringing people to the show who, rightfully so, deserves their own channel. Well, my guest today is a very special guest. You have enjoyed her commentary on Anderson Cooper, and she lives in Houston, Texas. Welcome to the show, Miss Candace. How's it going, Candace?
Gene, how's it going? You ready? Because I'm ready to get into it.
I'm ready. I am ready. So, Candace, we talked earlier today, and you were very concerned and passionate about the things that are going on today.
Yes.
Okay, so how would you like to start?
Let me just tell you, Gene, how I want to start, because I need some type of outlet to let my feelings come out, to express what's going on in our world today.
And I think that people are feeling the same way.
But I want to have a real conversation. I don't want to pacify the issues. I don't want to pacify what happened. I don't want to pacify, all the things that's been going on in the last 2 weeks, especially. Well, this is the format.
I
want this to be a format. I need a format because today. Okay, in Baton Rouge.
3 officers were killed. And 2 were sent to the hospital.
I think 3 officers were killed, and I think 3 officers were wounded.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking it was a total of 6. Now, this is not, I'm not a journalist, so please do not quote me. Do not try to come at me. I'm just trying to, this is what Brian Wilson, what's his name? Brian Williams. Okay, I was looking at MSNBC. I don't watch the news, okay? I'm not a news person. But I got stuck at my parents' house, so hey, I've been watching it all day, and really disturbing.
So what did you see? What was so disturbing about this news that you saw?
First of all, as it happened, just upset about this violence that's going on against police officers. The violence that's going on against black people, I think we are really missing the issue. This is bigger than white or black. This is bigger than blue. This is bigger than all of us. This is hate.
This is hate. Okay, so let's slow down. Let's go back for a second. Okay, so we've had this situation for a long time going on with police officers, where we.
But what was the situation we've been having going on with police officers?
The situation is where we feel as if police officers are attacking us. They are.
So we as blacks
brutality
feel that police officers are attacking blacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then now we have the situation where people are retaliating. Black people are retaliating against officers, and now the officers' lives are, in danger. Mm-hmm. And so now we have a situation where this thing that happened today. Mm-hmm. So pretty much what you're saying is that it may be a whole lot more to this whole thing.
I think it's a whole lot more than, police attacking blacks and, blacks retaliating on police. So my whole thing is we need to try to figure out how we're going to come together. And President Obama is not going to save us. The legislator is not going to save us. No man is going to save us. We have to save ourselves by being together, talking real talk. A lot of people got an uproar what happened, last week in Minnesota with the shooting.
Then we had the whole Alton Sterling situation.
Okay, we had that situation. And the president said something that stuck with me. He got it from the chief in Dallas. But he said, we are putting too much for the police to do. We are dependent on the police too much and not dependent on ourselves as much. Now, that quote might not be exact, and I might have to come back to that.
But that's what you got out of it.
That's what I got out of it.
Okay, so let's talk about the Alton Sterling situation, where we were privileged enough to see him being attacked, and then we saw him being shot. Okay, so are you saying that there's more to that story than what we know? Are you saying that we need to have a discussion about his accountability? Because if we want to have that open discussion, we have to bring out the point that most officers tell you. One of my viewers wrote in and said we talked and said that most officers will ask you to put your hands up, or they will give you a directive. Mm-hmm. Now he noticed that on the video, Alton Sterling, let's just having a real conversation about us being accountable. He didn't have his hands up.
Us meaning black people.
Black people. Okay.
Okay. Because he was a black man.
He was a black man.
Okay.
And this is our complaint. Well, from the video, and I looked at
and
the video.
And it's not our complaint. I wouldn't say that. It's not a complaint. Because when you watch the video, the officers should not have shot him. Well, it was 2 officers on this man. They had him pinned down. Even if he did have that weapon on him, come on. It's 2 of you. You had him pinned down. You could have took that to another. You didn't have to shoot him that many times back to back. I disagree.
I agree.
That was a no, and those officers need to be punished for that because they need to have extensive training over and over again so situations like this won't happen. Because even though this man had a record since, I guess, 1996, you don't know that when you pull up to that person.
Yeah, you don't know that.
That's not something you type in the police car, I don't believe. I don't know. Technology is big. I don't know. But, I mean, they don't even know the name. They're just responding to a complaint. Am I right?
They are. They were responding to a complaint. And my viewer who wrote in and we talked for a little bit, his complaint was that, just being open, having a conversation about the truth and us being accountable, the Mr. Sterling, he did not have his hands up. He was not compliant. He wasn't, surrendering or getting down on the ground or doing anything that they asked to do. So eventually they had to do something greater. Now, I argue that we should be more compliant. If they ask you to do something, then fine.
No,
but
this is what I argue. This is what I argue. In this situation, the officers were wrong for shooting him.
Yeah, absolutely.
They were not wrong for apprehending him.
Right,
or trying to, if he was trying to run from the cops, they were not wrong for trying to stop him. I feel that they were wrong after they tackled him down and had him pinned down.
So, do you think...
Wait a minute, had him pinned down. Now, what I'm saying, what President Obama was saying about having too much to give to the police or wanting or expecting too much from the police and not expecting as much from ourselves, a scenario, I don't know the details exactly, but you're on the corner. Okay?
Right.
You're on the corner 11:30 at night. Okay? You're a convicted felon.
All right.
And you're selling CDs. Now, we all know black folks, because I know I love me some bootleg CDs. I'm not going to lie. Yes, I will buy one, okay? But I won't be out there buying one at 11:30 midnight at night. You know what I'm saying? But just look. Okay. He's out there on the corner. He's got his bootleg CDs. He got a gun in his pocket that he doesn't supposed to have because he's a convicted felon. So the open carry law doesn't pertain to him because why?
He's a felon.
And he can't have a gun.
Right.
Then somebody might walk up to you and then you gonna pull out the illegal gun and point it to someone.
Well, that wasn't the Alton Sterling situation.
So it wasn't? He didn't pull it out?
No, he did not pull it out. But
so he didn't threaten anyone with a gun?
From what I understand and from what I saw.
Okay, and that's why we need you to let us know. Because, see, we are here to talk about real things, real issues. But I'm not here to co-sign for no black people. I'm not saying I love my people, but sometimes we do stuff that, hey, you don't supposed to do. Hey, I had a expired inspection. Now, I'm rolling down the street with an expired inspection. Now, if I get stopped by the laws, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be like, oh man, why you trip? Why you messing with me? Is it because I'm black? No, fool, you got an expired inspection.
So you need to do
we have to take accountability for the stupid stuff we do because we all, even me, do that stuff. Even non-blacks, But once you get stopped or you get caught in the act, come on. That's why you got caught.
So, do you think that he should have been? Do we need to have a conversation about being accountable because he wasn't being compliant? Is that a common thing that you think that cops have to go through, which causes more problems?
I don't know though, but I have relatives, okay, that are been on drugs or did things that are thieves, and they'll be like, oh man, I didn't know I'd take that man's wallet, but the man wallet in your pocket, okay? Oh no, well so I'm supposed to say, well, you don't need to take him to jail because, hey, man, y'all been tripping on us since 19 whatever, man. Give us a break. Come on now.
So, in other words, you're saying that we need to be accountable for our actions and the things that we say and the things that we do, which may cause more problems.
I mean, listen, it's not a secret. we already have strikes when we come into this world, okay?
It's no secret.
It's no secret. We have strikes against us because of our skin color. And that's real. That's real. So we can't add to that, man. We gotta step up and we gotta be better than that.
So do you think that it's about awareness? Once we know that, hey,
we know
that these cops are exposed to this type of behavior from us, that we need to correct that and be honest about that.
We need to be honest about that. We don't need to co-sign,
jump on the bandwagon.
I mean, and then we are sensitive because it's in our DNA. We have a right to be sensitive. We've been through a lot as black people in America. So we have a right to be sensitive, but we have to be in court. We got to be on point with what's going on in America. America have laws, and none of us black folks above the law. Maybe Oprah is because of that green money, but ain't none of us above that. So we have to stay in the perimeters to keep us safe.
Well, I watched a show called Sisters-in-Law, and I love that show. And one of the things that I saw in that show is that white people are not above the law either. And so a lot of them are getting put in jail. A lot of them are being penalized for things, but we're not putting that to the forefront. Now, I understand that there's a high number of African Americans being shot by police, higher than the number of whites. So that is an issue that I love the fact that Black Lives Matter is bringing to the forefront. I love that.
But is that something that, because, I'm all for all lives matter. And I know I might get flack for that, but I am a we all the world people. I have friends all over the world, that are not black, and I want to make sure that, that we can talk and bring something together peacefully.
But
that's important.
But do you understand that Black Lives Matter, that movement, is not about, it's about the injustice that black people are going through. Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily about what everybody else is going through. But I also understand that we do need to come together and work together. That means, and let me go ahead and shout out to the officer who spoke out against the brutality that is on her own force. She's talking about how the police officers are not doing what they're supposed to do and, just standing up for us. And let me shout out.
It is some police officers not doing what they're supposed to do, just like it's some citizens, some black, some white, some Hispanic.
Who are not doing what they're
because
supposed
we
to do.
got the guy in Minnesota, he didn't get killed by a white person.
He got killed by
a Hispanic person.
No, he was Chinese.
You sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
Check my facts. I don't know, but I'm just saying, I know he wasn't white. But
no, he wasn't white.
Okay, but that's all I'm saying.
So Philando, his name is Philando Castile.
Mm-hmm.
So Philando Castile, he did have a weapon and he did have a license to carry, and he was still shot. What is your opinion on that?
My opinion, I just don't know why he was shot. And I don't really see any real evidence to show us why did that happen. It was a traffic stop, and it was supposedly for a broken tail light. But on the other end, the lady, his girlfriend, said that they never had a broken tail light. What is your theory on that, Gene?
Okay. So I just recently did a video about it, and when I re-examined what she said, you know what? I'll let you take a look at what it was that I said.
Okay, let me take a look, because I was checking her out. She was very calm.
She was very calm.
For how somebody right next to her that just got shot 4 or 5 times. How many times did he get shot?
I think he got shot she went back and forth. It was between 3 and 4 times.
But still, that's like, because, if you sit next to me and you going to I'll be like, what the hell? Because she was very calm. I got to give it to her. I mean, she could have held her composure.
All right, well, take a look at my theory.
Okay.
And then let me know what you think about this.
We got pulled over what allegedly was supposed to be a broken tail light. When he let us know that we had a broken tail light, he asked us, were we aware of it? We said no. As we said no, he tells us to put our hands in the air. We have our hands in the air. At the time as our hands in the air, he asked for license and registration. My boyfriend carries all his information in a thick wallet in his right side back pocket. As he's reaching for his back pocket wallet, he lets the officer know, "Officer, I have a firearm on me." I begin to yell, but he's licensed to carry. After that, he began to take off shots.
Now, wait a minute now. Let's role play. You are the officer. Now, you ask them to put their hands up and then ask for their license and registration. Mr. Castillo goes to reach for his right pocket to get his wallet out. Now, she stated and illustrated that he had a thick wallet in his back right pocket. So now you as an officer, you don't know that he has a thick wallet in the back of his right hand pocket that he has to pull out in order to give you the information that you requested. None of this has been explained to you at all. But what he does say as he's reaching for his wallet is, "Officer, I have a firearm on me." Now think about this. Do you know how hard it is to get a thick wallet from out of a back pocket? So even if the officer took a split second to figure out what was going on, he is now tussling with a wallet, trying to get it out, a thick wallet, trying to get it out of his back pocket. And now to intensify matters, to add icing on the cake, she admitted by her own words, she started yelling. Now, if you're on the outside, you have traffic on the outside, who knows if you're able to make out what she's saying, but she's saying, well, her own admission is that she was saying, "But he has a license to carry." Now, let me explain something to you. Two things that I get from this, because I can't make this stuff up. These are her words. For her to start yelling at that point, to me, that says two things to me. One, that she realized that there was a mistake being made because he started reaching and then said, "Officer, I have a firearm on me," without saying, "But I have a license to carry." So immediately she realized that there was clearly some type of mistake, because there's no reason for her to start yelling like that. Now, the second thing is if I'm an officer, but the driver just announced that he has a firearm on him, you can no longer see his hands, he is tussling with something on his waist, the passenger starts yelling. It really doesn't matter what she says. All of this is abnormal. Now, to me, correct me if I'm wrong, whenever somebody starts yelling, I have no reason but to believe that something is about to happen. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, how do you think an officer is going to respond to this? How would you, as an officer, respond to this? How would you respond to this? And sadly, how do you think a grand jury is going to respond after listening to her own admission as to what happened? Okay, so we just got back from seeing the video in which I spoke out on what I thought about the Philando situation. And based off that theory, what do you think?